Good morning, this is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
A man accused of murdering 3 people in Turner County was back in court Wednesday afternoon.
Jay Ostrom, who's the former mayor of Centerville, asked the judge to move the trial to a different county. The defense argued 92 of the 370 potential jurors who filled out a questionnaire indicated bias towards Ostrom.
However, the prosecution said there's still a large enough pool of jurors to pick an unbiased jury. The judge denied the defense's change of venue request.
Ostrom's trial is scheduled to start in March.
Sioux Falls police are investigating after a crash in downtown Sioux Falls.
Crews were called to 14th and 2nd Avenue around 9:30 p.m. Wednesday night after a car crashed into a crosswalk pole. Our KELOLAND news crew was able to capture this video from the scene.
Our crew also says an ambulance was on scene. Stay with KELOLAND News on air and online for updates as they are available.
The Oglala Sioux Tribe in South Dakota is sending a message to federal officials that their people are not illegal.
That's in response to 4 Oglala tribal members who were allegedly detained by ICE in Minneapolis. A Tuesday news release from the Oglala Sioux Tribe says one of the tribal members has been released, but the others are in custody at Fort Snelling in Minnesota.
The tribe is asking federal officials for immediate confirmation of the identities, locations, and legal status of the detainees, immediate release of all enrolled tribal citizens held under immigration authority, and written assurances that such unlawful detentions will cease.
In an email, a spokesperson for DHS tells us they have not been able to verify that DHS law enforcement arrested or even encountered members of the Oglala Sioux Tribe. To read the full statement, head to this story on KELOLAND.com.
Well, now let's get a check on our weather with meteorologist Scott Munt. Good morning, Scott.
All right, good morning, Summer. Good morning, everybody. Warmer day today. Temperatures back above average. Enjoy it now because things will quickly change as we get into tomorrow. Falling temperatures along with it. Very strong winds. We'll have some snow showers in the air as well. That will reduce your visibilities. If you do have any travel plans, pay attention to the changing weather that's on its way. In the meantime, today, a high of 42 in Sioux Falls, 47 Mitchell and Yankton, 48 in Pierre, 50 in Rapid City. We'll go with a high of 40 in Aberdeen and Watertown. And Brian will have more details on your forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. You'll find plenty of people in Sioux Falls this week for the 2026 South Dakota Ag Expo.
Mark Lucas is one of the speakers at the event. He's been watching tariffs and says a ruling on the legality of them could come at any moment.
We're waiting for the Supreme Court to rule on this tariff issue. Is it legal? Isn't it legal for the president to put on these tariffs? And tomorrow we could come out and say, nope, the Supreme Court says these tariffs are illegal, you can't do them anymore. Well, now all of a sudden that changes the whole outcome.
As far as how the year looks for producers, Lucas compared this year to 2017, 18, and 19 when prices were low and there were excess stocks. His message to producers is to hunker down.
Jelly Roll is coming to Sioux Falls this summer.
He's the Sunday headliner for the 2-day Rock the Country Festival in June. Other acts include Kid Rock and Treaty Oak Revival.
The W.H. Lyon Fairgrounds will once again host the festival.
We're just honored to be the venue, and it's great for Sioux Falls. It's a huge economic impact, and I mean, it's the largest festival Sioux Falls has seen in many, many years.
The dates are June 27th and 28th. For the full lineup and ticket information, you can click the link in this story on KELOLAND.com.
Augustana Dance is headed to the Universal Dance Association National Competition for the first time in program history.
The Vikings didn't have a competition dance team prior to this year and have found success and support in their inaugural competition season. Augustana hosted a friends and family performance and send-off ahead of the team's departure to Orlando, Florida on Wednesday.
The Vikings aren't used to being the center of attention, but are excited to show off on a national stage.
We are usually the side of the main event. We are always cheering on others, and so it was really exciting to be the main event and have everybody there, community, family, all of our supporters there solely for us, cheering us on.
The Vikings will begin competition at 7:24 a.m. tomorrow in Orlando.
The entire competition will be streamed on Varsity TV and the Flow Sports app.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get another Check Your Weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, turning to weather, you can see our high wind watches and warnings in effect as we start tonight. The wind is already beginning to pick up today, but it's a process here as we're transitioning from mild weather to colder air. We've got also the introduction to some snow chances too. Let's break it down here. We'll start with our wind map, and I know that initially here today, winds out of the south in most of eastern Ketherland, and so with that, we're not looking at major wind, but there definitely is an increase here from Aberdeen to Pierre to Rapid City. These are peak wind gusts, probably 40 plus in a few of these spots already by mid-afternoon. Sioux Falls will stay down a little bit, though, probably more in that 30-mile-an-hour range at times. But that's going to be changing tomorrow. We're going to pick up more wind. You're definitely seeing an increase in the overnight wind speed in Rapid City, and Mobridge and Pierre also with these high wind watches in effect. We'll continue to monitor the latest conditions here going into Friday, and it's going to be a day of colder temperatures, falling numbers, and yes, there'll be some snow in the air as well. So it kind of all adds up to a bigger picture of a look of winter-like weather. Now, the temperatures on the hourlies today, we've already bounced back to 40. Or I should say 50 in Rapid City this morning. A lot of 40s today near Sioux Falls later on this afternoon. I think Mitchell will even probably be warmer, at least into the upper 40s. But there's that transition this evening. You can see those pockets of a little light rain showers or a bit of snow in the air as the winds are accelerating. And all of this tomorrow is fairly light snow, not really organized, but it is there. And it's going to run in following the wind arrows moving in from the northwest. And notice temperatures are getting colder by the hour, and that's going to lead us here into Friday night and early Saturday. Very cold start to Saturday morning. Wind chills, you bet, they're going to be well below zero as you monitor these numbers here into Saturday. Probably minus teens. I fully expect there'll be some minus 20s on the wind chill map on Saturday morning. A little improvement getting into Sunday for a brief time. We actually have a warm front that'll try to sneak in here for the last half of the weekend. There are the temperatures on Saturday afternoon. A lot of single digits and teens east and central. Even far western South Dakota will be quite a bit colder. Highs today, yep, it looks pretty warm, doesn't it, compared to what's coming. 42 Sioux Falls, 39 in Brookings. That 7-day forecast, we really don't see anything overly warm. Next week, we might be able to bounce back maybe at the very end of the 7-day. A lot of these trends, though, the next few days are kind of preparing us for maybe a bigger shot at cold air looming after day 7. That's kind of a work in progress, but we're here to tell you that, yeah, some of these bumps in the road in the 7-day that are colder, just kind of a preview of what we're going to get back into here. We've got Aberdeen. Again, that 26 is a placeholder tomorrow. All of us are going to be falling during the day. We're going to end up below zero here in Aberdeen Saturday morning, and we'll struggle through the single digits during the afternoon. Sunday, we could get back into the 20s. We may end up brewing up some pockets of light snow on Sunday. And then after that system rolls in, guess what? There's more wind coming on Sunday afternoon in central and western South Dakota. I know we've spent a lot of time talking about the upfront forecast on the wind, but there's more of it coming down the road to end the weekend. Check out more details online at ketherland.com.